All right. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this beautiful Sunday? Good. All right. So today we have a few announcements. As always, our Sunday programs are now available on belvederefamily.com/program, or you can scan the QR code. So any of the material you needed or want to revisit from any of the Sunday services, you can see it here. This is a very important announcement. So you can join us at prayer at the Chuncheon One prayer hall at 6 a.m. here, but now you can also do it on Zoom. So if in the past you couldn't make it for whatever reason, now we have this option, which is really wonderful. Um, this is also very important. So this is the farewell UTS Sunday service. This means that we won't be having Sunday service next week here at Belvedere. So try to make it at UTS in Barrytown, but if you can't, they'll also be streaming it. So try to catch the stream. There won't be a Sunday service here next Sunday, August the 13th. All right, and for all the latest news, just check belvederefamily.com. And now I'd like to welcome up Jamel, who's going to introduce one of his family members.
Good morning, family. Good morning. So the reason I'm here, I would like to introduce my niece, Sarah. She's from. Sarah, you want to take you?
I'm happy. Nice to meet you.
So she's going to be here with us for 3 weeks. She's from my hometown, Bordeaux, France, which is famous for the wine, the seafood. So she said, "Oh, Uncle, I want to come to America. I want to do two things. I want to visit the city, Manhattan, and learn English." I said, "Okay, no big deal. We can do that." Okay, thank you all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So I'm going to be just sharing a little bit about some things that happened, some exciting things that happened yesterday. So yesterday, we had a special guest visitor come to Belvedere. Sunjin Moon, the daughter of Father and Mother Moon, came to Belvedere with her husband Insub to take a look at our beautiful garden in Belvedere. And she was actually one of the inspirations for the garden to kind of initiate it from the very beginning. She been kind of keeping her in touch with how it's going through pictures, just showing her the progress, and she just got really inspired and excited to see how far it's come after just 6 months of getting started. And so she wanted to come and visit and take a look, and so she came with her husband and her 2 little dogs, and she was like blown away, and her and her husband were just like, wow, this is so incredible. They were so inspired to see. We gave them some vegetables to take home with them, so some tomatoes and this huge zucchini, like the biggest zucchini I've ever seen in my life. It was basically myself and my wife, Pastor Mika, Q, Dominic, and Q's mom were also there with Sanjanim and her husband. And we gave them a tour of the garden. It was great just kind of sharing about ideas. She had so many amazing kind of visions and ideas for us to think about. And it's really exciting to see, to kind of hear what could be possible through this. And then we went out to lunch at Sweetgrass Grill over in Tarrytown. And then the kind of other thing that they wanted to do together with us is to take a tour of, there's this place called Stone Barns at Blue Hill in Tarrytown. And it's this big farm, and they have a very kind of high-class restaurant on the farm, and they do like farm to table food. And basically, they wanted to show us kind of an example of what could be possible through sustainable, farming and kind of creating systems where we kind of live more closer with the nature, and really kind of explaining also Mother Moon's kind of hope for the future of our movement, really being stewards of our environment and of our world. So yeah, we walked around and we saw this place, and it was really inspiring. And I really want to encourage anybody to go and visit and to kind of see a vision of what could be possible here. A couple of Sundays ago, I gave this sermon about the environment that we want to create here at Belvedere, and really creating this place where people from all around the state and the country and the world could come to Belvedere and really feel like, wow, this is kind of a world-class place. And that's really what, when we went there, I could see that vision of what could be possible. People are coming from all around, and you walk around the property and you see the plaques of the founders of this property and who created this nonprofit and set this all up. And, Sun Jin Moon was saying, look at this plaque, like imagine this plaque at Belvedere, but at the bottom of it, instead of, Rockefeller's name, it was, True Mother's name, Hak Ja Han Moon. And, like that could be what could be possible. It's like people just coming from all over the place. So that was really inspiring. And, oh yeah. And also I just wanted to, just say, like, I really feel the potential of what we're doing with developing the garden, developing this place, is so huge. And it's not just like a kind of a side project or a side hobby, but I really feel this is kind of the center of how we want to move forward, going forward. For a long time, we've kind of been a community or a movement of mobilizing people for big events and things like that. But I think going forward, it's really going to be more about building things up, building up the environment piece by piece, and putting in that effort to create a very heavenly place for people to come to. So that was really amazing. And then just one other great thing that happened yesterday is we had a community gathering in Orange County. And yeah, it was really wonderful. We had a barbecue and a nice environment in the park. And quite a few brothers and sisters that I haven't had a chance to interact with for a while. Also got a chance to meet Jamel's niece there as well for the first time. So yeah, really grateful for especially Masai-san who organized that. So let's give it up for that wonderful effort. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. So thank you so much. And let's welcome up the song team to lead us in some songs.
Good morning, everybody. So we had a little late start today. Some of us don't have voices, but we are here. So I'm just going to do this for today and hope everyone opens their beautiful voices and sing. Just sing, sing, sing. Doesn't matter if you have a frog in your throat, as the cute babies would say. We're just going to sing, okay? Is everybody ready for that? Yes. Good, great. We're starting with Sailing with Our Father. Then we go to This Little Light of Mine, and then Oh Light of Grace. Here we go.
If the chicken traveling is long, wishing for a new day to come. The sun rises in the morning, we'll set sail and move on, and we'll be sailing with our Father. You know his ship will never sway. Oh, new hope on the horizon. We found the promised land today. Look out with joy in your eyes. The winds of truth will guide our way. Leaving behind the raging sea. On waves of love we'll sail away. And we'll be sailing with our Father. ship will never sway. Oh, new hope on the horizon. We found the promised land today. Darkness will always turn to light. The promised land is inside. He's our guiding star by night. And in the day our bright sunlight. And we'll be sailing in our fire. You know a ship will never sway. Oh, we roll on the horizon. We found our promised land today.
Sailing, sailing, sailing.
Sailing with our Father. You know the ship will never sway. Oh, we roll on the horizon. We found the promised land today. We found the promised land today.
One more time.
We found the promised land today.
Amen. We found the promised land today. So when you find that promised land, you're never gonna let it go. Let it go. So let's sing the song. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Hey, shine. 2, 3. I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine. Let it shine.
All around the neighborhood. All around the neighborhood.
I'm gonna let it shine.
All around the neighborhood.
I'm gonna let it shine.
What are you gonna do? All around the neighborhood.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. No, let's sing to blow it out. Oh no, no. Don't let Satan blow it out.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Don't let Satan blow it out. No, no. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. In the heart and in the soul.
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
In my soul. I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm in my soul.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine,
Let it shine.
Hey, for our true parents. True parents. I'm gonna let it shine. For our true parents. I'm gonna let it shine. Sing out. For our true parents. I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Oh, God's ideal. God's ideal. Let's
Never end.
I'm gonna let it shine. God's ideal.
I'm gonna let it shine.
God's ideal.
Let it shine.
Oh,
Let it shine.
let it shine. This little light. This little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it shine. Oh,
I'm gonna let it shine.
let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. 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 One more time. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Amen. That same light that we're going to let shine is the beautiful light of the Heavenly Parents, the light of grace.
Light of grace. away. Oh, light of grace, easing my pain. You have shown that God is wrong.
I'll give my life.
I'll give my life and my love
Unto the one.
unto the one, God of love. Though clouds may come,
Hiding his face.
hiding his face,
Hiding the smile
hiding the smile
of my God. The clouds may come.
The clouds may come, still he is there,
Shining brightly.
shining brightly. God is love. I'll give my life and my love unto the one, God of love. Amid the storm, tossed on the sea, beacon of hope,
Guiding me.
amid the storm, shelter is near,
Trust in him.
trust in him, for God is love. I give my life
Unto the one.
unto the one,
The God of love. Let's hear you sing out. All things decay.
all things decay.
It's passing away. Feel it passing away. Only the light shall remain. Let that light shine into your soul. Give you the energy.
All things decay.
Still, there's one.
Still there is one.
True and faithful.
True, faithful. God is love.
I give my life.
I give my life and my love unto the one, God of love.
I give my life.
I give my life and my love unto the one, God of the love.
Amen. Amen. Give yourselves a hand. You may be seated. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Let's pray together. Dear Heavenly Parent, it's so wonderful to be here today, to meet you here today as brothers and sisters. We're looking forward to sharing together the spiritual food that you have prepared for us in this community service today. We thank you that you've been caring for us, not just physically, but raising us up spiritually as well through the hard work and investment of our leaders, such as Pastor Justin and others. This is the tradition that True Parents established, and we're grateful to our leaders who are True Parents representatives. Together, we're restoring the true family of mankind. Heavenly Parent, as Pastor Justin said in his recent sermon about creating the environment, you are a sorrowful God, sorry to each one of us that we don't have the proper environment. You intended a wonderful heavenly environment on this earth for each one of us. And you've been longing for and working for the day for thousands of years now that that heavenly environment could be restored. That will be a world without war, without hunger and poverty, without crime. It's hard to imagine a world like that now, but that is the very world that you have been trying to establish. Of course, you can't do it alone. You can guide us, and you are guiding us through the great sages and saints of history, through the wise men and prophets, through Jesus and true parents. But we are the citizens of this world, so ultimately we must listen to and practice your heavenly guidance. This is the problem, Heavenly Parent, that we must listen to and follow your guidance, and we have often failed to do so. From the Garden of Eden until now, we have so often failed to listen to and practice your words. You said, don't eat the fruit, and we said no. You gave the 10 commandments, and we said no. You said love and care for each other, and we said no. So now, Heavenly Parent, you're trying again. Every day you try. And yes, more and more there are good people rising up, the same good people who are in this room right now. Here in our Belvedere community, we have a vision that we can be a model, an example to others, centering on your heavenly will. Thank you that you've given this to us, that we can come together as we are doing today and remind ourselves of that vision and do what we can to practice it. I pray we will practice our vision at home too, and at school and our workplaces, so that you can see small pieces of heaven being a wherever we go. And I pray those small pieces to bigger pieces until finally you will no longer be sorrowful but joyful. Heavenly Parent, again, we thank you for this special time we can share together here. We invite you to participate with us during this community service. Guide us as you wish, and let us open our hearts and minds to listen to and be determined to practice and implement what we learn today. We ask that you bless our time here together, that you come down and share this time together with us. We now offer this prayer and report together in the name of Peter and Myunghwa Reiner, a blessed central family, and in all of our names. Aju.
All right, thank you, Peter, for that powerful prayer. I'd like now to bring up Mie. She just went on the Ocean Challenge, and she wants to give a testimony about it. Mie, you here? Yeah.
Good morning. Hi. Wow, this is pretty crazy. Okay. Yeah, my name is Mie Platt. I'm 20. I've been here in Belvedere many times, but I've actually never attended the Sunday service before because I go to Barrytown. But maybe, hopefully, I'll be coming here more often because UTS is being sold. So, yeah, I mean, this service is amazing. And actually, what makes me more crazy is, I take that back. I kind of did attend the Sunday service because, so for the past 3 years, I was on GPA, Generation Peace Academy, which is like a leadership faith training program. And so for my second year, I was a fundraising team captain. And then for my third year, I was a Chanelguk missionary in Romania. And the community, the amount of members in Romania is quite small. So for church service, it would just be our national leader and our team of 4. So yeah, I really missed having a community. And then I found out that you guys live stream, so I would watch your live streams actually. So actually your faces are pretty familiar to me. And I would watch, there'd be, so it was nice seeing the song team in person. And I really loved Pastor Justin's, especially the 4 Great Realms of Heart series. That was amazing. And the whole 8 stages and how you guys play Kahoot here. I thought that was so cool. And there were some days where Pastor wouldn't speak and you guys would do these community circles right in the chairs. And then I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm really, happy to be here. I think I know most of your kids because I go to Up and Coming. I've been since like middle school. Maybe you guys know my dad. But yeah, my year, so I just came off of my third year of GPA, and it's a beautiful experience witnessing, but it was also a very painful experience, a very challenging, heart-growing experience. And around March, so it was maybe like halfway into my mission, my dad recommended that I go to this program, National Ocean Challenge. Has anyone heard of it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a really beautiful, amazing program that was made. Okay, I don't know all the details, but it was made a long time ago. I think started by your father. But right now it's being directed by a couple, second-gen couple, Lucas and Tasna Bursey, and it's up in Kodiak, Alaska. And I've heard about it before, and some of my friends went, and I've seen a lot of beautiful pictures, but personally I was not really so interested because last summer I heard a presentation about ocean evidence, and I wasn't so interested. I think I fell asleep during that presentation. And I did a little bit of like river fishing on like the Hudson River, and I wasn't good at it at all. Like everyone around me was catching fish. I was like just getting my hook stuck in the trees and stuff. It was just, yeah, not so good. But okay, it's like Ocean Challenge, and I think it'll be a good experience. Like who gets to go to Alaska ever? Yeah, and then also my brother would be going. He's there. He just graduated high school, so he's going into GPA this year. So yeah. So I feel like it'd be a really precious time for us to spend together before going to the program, and for me to kind of offer up my 3 years on GPA. And yeah, so Ocean Challenge is 21 days in Alaska, focusing. Okay, wait, I have the booklet right here. Actually, they make these really nice little booklets for us. It has like 100K in the schedule, but yeah, its focus is on kind of passing to parents love and this tradition of building seamanship and stewardship and leadership and faith through fishing, and it's for young people, kind of high school and up. And basically, it's a very simple program. Like especially after coming off of GPA, which one of its strong points is how structured and organized GPA is. Ocean Challenge is very simple. You wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 6 a.m. for 100K, and then breakfast, you receive a little morning service, and then you just go on the boats and you fish all day. And you come back for dinner, and then you just either take a nap or reflect, or we do some testimonies, and then the next day you just do it again. So it's very simple, but I took a lot away from it, and that was really hard because when Aunt Susan asked me to give a testimony, actually, like driving up here, I still didn't know what I was going to say because there's so much that I want to say and so much that I learned. Yeah, but I guess one thing. One thing I think I learned a lot about was this, just this amazing, very healing love that comes from nature. Just because I think when you walk or drive anywhere or scroll on your phone for a little bit, there's oh, hi. Okay. Yes. Sorry. A lot of advertisements everywhere, just signs everywhere, just everything, just like trying to take either your money or your time or your attention. But in nature, there's none of that. Like Alaska especially. I don't know if anyone's been there. I really hope you can, but it's just so beautiful. Like everywhere you look. I remember landing in Kodiak in the airport. It's so tiny, and it's just so green. Like everywhere you look, it's so green. Oh my God, is that my timer? Uh, yeah. And whether you're on the water or whether you're on land, like we would do these amazing hikes, these day hikes. And it's just so beautiful. And it's just like you look and it's just returning so much beauty. Or you're like hiking and like there'd be this really soft moss. So we would hike. There's one hike where we just went barefoot up the whole mountain and down barefoot, and you'd be provided by this moss. It's just like the softest carpet. It's like spongy. Or I'd be, like my feet would get muddy, and then I would just like wipe my like the mud like into the grass. I don't know, just like all these things, like these really small things. I felt like nature was giving me so much and not asking for anything in return. And even if we weren't there to appreciate it or recognize it, it would still be there loving us. Yeah. And I think yeah, just this simple act of being around something or within something that is so harmonious and so united, I think, and receiving love from that kind of source is very healing. And I felt that also a lot through the couple that was directing the program, Lucas and Tasna. They're second generation, and they're polar opposite. Like if you've met them, Tasna, she daughter of Felicitas Moyer, she's so organized. She was like an education coordinator. She has all these tabs on her computers, and she's the one who like organized the program. And Lucas, her husband, like doesn't plan anything. He's just kind of does whatever, and he does it well. And she's very like soft and nurturing, and he's very opposite. And yeah. Yeah. Especially because he's the one, he runs like the big boat, like he has his own charter boat. And it's like my first time fishing, and so sometimes I'd like get something tangled, or I'd like make a little mistake and I don't know what to do, and he'd be like, Mie, like come on, like why didn't you? And yeah, he like, you can hear him from far away. Yeah. And but also he gets so excited about the fish. Like when there's a salmon on someone's line, he'll just like oh my God, like someone get that fish. Like he gets so excited, like even though he's done this so many times. Yeah, anyway, they're like very opposite people, but together the both of them were directing this program. Like it wasn't just Tasna or just Lucas, but together they were creating this environment. And I've never had a program that was led by a couple, but just seeing them, it really made me like understand, wow, like this is the ideal way. This is how a church should be led. This is how a country should be led. This is how obviously family should be led. Yeah, so I think just being around them and then in nature like that, just two very harmonious things, I could receive the love so much more deeply, and it was so much more healing. Yeah, and so I guess a little more specific experience is, yeah, we get to go hiking some days, and there are some days where you can choose to go hiking, but hiking is, I think, personally, significantly harder, tougher than sitting on the boat and fishing, just because it's so strenuous and it's, yeah, very, very steep and cold. But I decided to go hiking for like 2 days in a row. And everyone was asking like, oh, like why? Like why? Like do you not like fishing, or like why? Yeah, just like why? But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then on the way down, I was thinking, okay, like why did I hike this mountain? What did I learn today? What did I gain out of this hike? And then, yeah, the last 5 minutes, I thought, no deep reason or specific thing, but I just enjoy it. Like, I really love pushing myself this way and exerting energy this way. Yeah, and that's when it hit me, like, no other animal or being in nature does this. Like no other animal would climb a mountain for fun or just to enjoy a view. Like bears go up there to, protect their cubs, maybe, or to find food. But yeah, only human beings like push ourselves in this way. And yeah, I felt like this is this like blessing that God gave us. And I never really thought so much about the third blessing, but it's really a blessing that we get to enjoy it and do things for fun and for leisure and just for creativity. And yeah, so when I saw you guys presenting your garden, I thought, wow, yeah, that's amazing, because we don't need it, right, to survive. Like animals do things to survive, but yeah, we do things just for the sake of pushing ourselves. And yeah, I think this is what like true dominion is. And this kind of attitude of stewardship and of dominion is something that I wanted to take outside of Alaska too, like into my life, because yeah, now that I'm off of GPA, I have to kind of make my own big decisions now, and it's like a new chapter in my life, and this attitude is what I want to carry with me, like this attitude of dominion and stewardship, doing things because I choose to do it and I want to do it and I enjoy doing it. And this is like part of the 3 great blessings that make me a human being. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot more that I could share if I maybe had time or more clarity. Yeah, but there's more sisters that want to share, so I'm gonna invite another sister who is there with me. Her name is Myung. I think you guys know her family's here, but she's just so great. Like we were on different teams, so we were on different boats. Different boat, you can hear her because whenever a fish gets on, she just starts screaming. You hear her yelling like, "Wow, like that's huge!" So yeah, I'm sure she has some great stuff to share too. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Mia. Mia Monte. I'm 18, and this is kind of like the first time I'm ever doing this, like public speaking, and very nervous. Like, actually, I didn't sleep a lot because I was so nervous about talking to people, and I kept overthinking, like, what am I gonna do? Because I just don't know what I'm doing, and it's amazing how I think the one thing I took about going to Ocean Challenge was that it was the people, meeting Mia and Kaden, and like just like Aunt Susan. It was just amazing seeing their stories and then just like listening to them and like talking to them. I don't really talk to a lot of people, so talking to them was new. And yeah. uh yeah, Alaska is crazy actually. The nature there, like the moment when we came out the airport, like I just noticed the slight difference of the air. It's like more crispy. I don't know if that makes sense, but it smelled really nice, and I kind of want to go back there if I ever had the chance. And yeah, that's why I'm grateful for my parents for bringing me up, for giving me the opportunity to go there, because it's something I would never. It was something I would cherish a lot, a memory that I would cherish. Definitely weird. Um, yeah, so I'm grateful for like all the knowledge that we took in, the knowledge I took in, like all the testimonies and all the advice from all the people there, all the speakers. Tasna especially, I like she has so much to offer, and it was like amazing what she went through. Same with Lucas, and just hearing their stories, it's just like a lot to like take in and just like practice. Uh, yeah, I don't know what is. Yeah, just like going there in Alaska, you're fishing. I'm really loud when I'm fishing. I just get excited for the fishes. You're right. I just like realized the videos that I saw. I just realized how loud my voice is. I didn't expect I would be that loud. So the fishes there are so beautiful. Like sculpin fish. If you ever like search up one, it's like red and like different kind of spots and the texture of it. Just like seeing all those fishes. And in the end, we had like a tournament. At the end, like whoever caught the biggest fish, and there's like a lingcod, I think. Yeah, the lingcod that I caught. There's like 3 giant lingcods that were there in the fishing boat, and I kind of like prayed that it would be the experience. And then I thought like, oh, the reason why there's those 3 lingcods because I prayed for that. I don't know. Anyways, that's it I have. But thank you, and I want to welcome Aunt Susan. It's amazing.
So are you ready to see some pictures? Yes. Okay, let's show some pictures. Do I need to advance it? Okay, there we are. This is one of our challenge days, it's called. We actually we stay at True Parents' house, North Garden. We have this incredible blessing to stay in True Parents' home. And on challenge days, we leave at 5 a.m. So we're heading out just as the sun is coming up. And I tell you, there's something amazing about that. The mornings aren't in order. I wanted this to be the last one as an illustration of true team unity. You know, this is the end of one of those challenge days that started at 4-something a.m. And this was on the way home. So, you know, Father's absolute rule was no sleeping on the boat. But at NOCP, we kind of loosened up a little bit. When you're traveling, it's okay. So this is true team unity here. There we go. That's a day's catch. So the way the program works, as you heard Luke, and then so we use his boat, which is I think it's a 42-foot boat. That's actually his business. He takes clients out, and then we run 2 or 3. So brothers and sisters have the experience of being on the small skiff that Father designed, as well as on this larger boat. So at the end of the day, all the crews drop off their catch here, and then fish is then professionally filleted and packaged. We get to bring it home. So if you have a friend who went to Kodiak, you might want to be extra nice to them right now because they got 30 pounds of fish in their. That was my king. That's my king salmon. You know, all these years of fishing, actually, most of my experience is in commercial fishing, which is hauling them up in a large net by the ton. I didn't really do a lot of sports fishing, so I don't have a lot of technique. My Ben, if you don't give up and you pay enough indemnity, you'll eventually catch a fish. So this was proof. I went out with one of our younger captains, Jonathan Benoy. He's just recently licensed. He's in his young 20s, and he's kind of the fruit of this Ocean Challenge program where he got really inspired by this vision of being out on the water. And he kept coming up, and he got a job as a deckhand on a charter boat, put in the sea time, and now he's earned his captain's license. I love going out with him because if you think Lucas has energy, Jonathan is times 3, right? Yeah, so he coached me through this whole experience. It was probably over a 5-minute fight. And I tell you, the joy of that is really something immense. This was a side fruit of our experience. Is Josephine here? Nope. This is Josephine Hamad's nephew. So we were fishing together one day, and the great thing about fishing, you know, in our unification tradition, the first gen's experiences, hurry, 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 rush, go, work, work, right? It's always rush and go. But the great thing about fishing is that even though you're focused on catching a fish, you're sitting on a boat together for 6, 7, or 8 hours a day. You have a chance to share. You have a chance to get to know each other. You can sometimes cry together. Sometimes you're throwing up together in really rough weather. But that's what leads to all these amazing relationships that we have. And so one day I was sitting and he mentioned his mom's from Australia. I said, wow, that's kind of amazing. And he goes, yeah, my aunt's in the church too. She lives in New York. And I'm like, well, aunt, New York, Australia. I know a sister named Josephine. He goes, oh, that's my aunt. And I immediately had this deep heart connection with this guy. It was so funny how it works like that because Josephine's daughter and my daughter are very good friends. So you meet family wherever you go. That's the lingcod that Mie was talking about. Is that the one you caught, or did Jared catch that? You caught it, yeah. Jared, that's my son Jared. He came too. He's very good at taking pictures with other people's fish. He caught his own too, but maybe Mie couldn't hold that by herself. Maybe that's what he was doing, is helping her out. Or Miyang, sorry. But that's Miyang and Jared. They were on the same team. And that is a lingcod, which tastes really good, but they sure aren't pretty. They kind of look like dragons. And there's Mie. You know, I have to be honest, they made this, there's this great thing for people in my generation. There's this great thing called Google Albums or something like that. And so they set this thing up and every participant could upload their photos to one place. It's amazing, but there's like hundreds of photos there. So I was scrolling through them last night, trying to come up with a few to share. And I tell you, I got totally sidetracked, completely sidetracked and lost in the experience. But Mie, every photo of you was like staring off into the distance of a beautiful sunrise or a beautiful sunset. So I thought somehow this was a good reflection of your heart. Yeah, I think that's oh no, one more. That's just the delivery of fish at the end of the day, our catch of kings. That was right toward the end of the program. The salmon finally showed up. Okay, that's it for photos. So yeah, boy, we had so much shared already today. You know, the painful thing about testimonies, it's so exciting. I hope you could catch our sister's excitement and appreciation to be up in Kodiak and participate in this ocean training program that our True Parents put in place over 40 years ago. You know, that was the meat of my experience, was being able to take people out fishing in the 1980s. I mean, that's like ancient history. And we're still doing it. And people are still meeting God and having amazing experiences through this program. But, you know, my pain, I guess, is not to tell you about something that you couldn't experience. You know, that's sad, right? That's kind of painful. But it's interesting because I find so many parallels to what we were doing this summer and what Pastor Justin started sharing at our service this morning about the garden, this theme of stewardship that Sanjin was talking about, and sustainability. And part of the joy of Ocean Challenge is, just like Mie said, this simple program where you get up, you read Father's words together, so you have some kind of vision or framework for the day, something that you want to achieve, and then you go out and you put in the hours. You put in the work, you put in the time. And through doing that, this beautiful fruit grows. The spiritual fruit in your relationships and the things that you learn from each other, as well as the, it's not real fruit, but the fish that you catch, that you get to eat and share with each other. And here in the garden, we've got the same thing going. So we can kind of get this program going. Maybe it's time to plow the back 40 and, you know, really go for it. We've started off with the greenhouse, but maybe we're ready to expand. So there are a lot of parallels kind of to what we're doing and what's going on in Kodiak. As far as like my testimony goes, I think the point that hit me this summer was unity. And if anybody would remember last summer when I came back, it was community. You know, I realized how awesome it is that brothers and sisters from our blessed families can come together for just this 3-week program and create such a special experience together. And this summer in our Hunda K book, the same Hunda K book that Mie showed you, one lesson for Hunda K one day was teamwork and unity. And what we read from Father was that Let each of us have the attitude that we are here to learn from everyone around us. Everyone is equal in the eyes of God. In front of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, all sons and daughters are equally in the middle of the process of growth. He didn't say only young people are growing. And he didn't say old people have learned all they have to learn. He said that we're all sons and daughters are equally in the middle of the process of growth. And right away, when I hear that, it opens up a whole lot, you know. I still have more I can learn. And including from all these wonderful young people that I spent the summer with. There's so much to be able to absorb. Further, fathers, this is from Mother. There are members of the first, second, and third generations together, but you must all unite. You can become one because true parents are here. You can naturally become one when you have a heart to take care of others that allows you to share each other's hard work and sincere devotion, and when you practice putting true love into action. And that kind of sums up what our experience was, putting that true love into action every day. You know, leading up to going to Kodiak, we really had a dose of spiritual life here at Belvedere, right? We had the Chumbo event, which is really focused on spiritual things taking place. And then we established our prayer hall, the Chunchim one. And my husband and I were able to pray there a couple of times before I left. So this idea that Mother's been speaking about lately of resurrecting spirit and truth. What hits me with that is that spirit comes first. It's spirit and truth. And I don't know if it's only me, but maybe some of you sometimes feel yourselves getting hung up on the truth side of things, or on the, instead of the possibility side, you know, spirit is all full of possibilities. We can get hung up on the truth, or more the reality side, right? Especially when it's like maybe time to pay bills, or, you know, getting up to go to work again, or all those things, are having to cook dinner, find some new recipe because it's the same old stuff. And yeah, I got to wash the dishes now. You know, we can kind of get buried in reality and the things that we have to do every day. But yeah, going up to Kodiak is really a chance to kind of practice putting the spirit first and appreciating each other from that point of view of what each person brings to the table, regardless of their age and their life experience so far, and trusting that God is going to work in this situation to really bear beautiful fruit. A final reading I'd like to share is from True Father. Which comes first, unity or love? And when I heard that, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. When your mind and body are united into one, then your love will be eternally protected by God. Unity is the beginning point of love, the point where love can come to abide. This is God's ideal. Unless God can find people whose quality is in accordance with his ideal, he can't be happy at all, for he has no one he can love. Since this principle of unity is at the core, we in our movement seek unity first, and then we can talk about heart and love. Then only can our ideal be realized. Before the ideal can be realized, there must be unity and then love. And the morning that we had this as our Hunda K, I was so inspired because I realized, you know, our community is so amazing. We know how to make unity. It's our biggest muscle. We use it all the time. Wherever we go, I'm sure not just at church, but in your workplace, in school. I bet you students gathered here, you are the ones that your teachers depend on to get along with maybe the tough kids in the group. I know my kids always got put in that position to be the in a group with the tough kids in the class. But we know how to get along with people. We know how to make unity. And the world needs that so much right now. So, okay, so first comes unity and then love. So what's required to make that kind of unity? Let's stop and think about it for a minute. First of all, we need to be humble, right? And even vulnerable, which isn't always easy. For example, in Kodiak, I'm looked on as the elder. I'm Aunt Susan. And sometimes as elders, we can feel that we're kind of forced into or stuck to take the position, "Ooh, I'm the elder, I better know the answers. Everybody's depending on me to be, I'm the one who really has to have it together here and know the answers to everything." But we know that's not always the case, right? So we need to practice vulnerability. Next, realizing again that first, second, and third gen being together, each have something to offer. Often, maybe older people might have some wisdom to offer, but the other generations can offer energy and enthusiasm, which we got a good dose of this morning. And I tell you what, that enthusiasm turns me on like crazy. And helps me reset and realize that I still do have more to learn. So I'm so happy when we can work together with different age groups. And then also mind and body unity. I do want to say it's not, the older I get, the mind and body unity actually becomes an easier thing. So if you're young and struggling with that, don't give up hope. Yeah. Final point, unity is not uniformity. We all come in different flavors, and we can revel in that. So just in closing, in preparation for our sharing together, for our pair sharing, I just want to leave you with a couple of questions to consider. How did I experience unity in this last week? If we can just take a moment to reflect on that. Or what can I contribute to build a spirit of unity today? And this can be either in our community here at church, it can be in our family. A lot of times we might have some kind of unity challenge going on in our family. So unfortunately, I didn't write them down. And so that might be a challenge to remember here. But those are the questions that I want to leave you with for our reflection and pair sharing. How did I experience unity in this last week? Or what can I contribute to build a spirit of unity today? Thank you very much.
All right, please take a minute to reflect, and then we'll start the pair share. All right, find the person next to you or someone that you want to share with, and try to keep it short and concise and give them enough time to share too. All right, if you haven't switched sides, please switch sides. All right, how's everyone feeling? Does everyone feel unified? Do we feel the spirit of unity within us now? All right. Would anyone like to share? Hmm? No. Would anyone like to share today about how they felt about this sermon? All right, Raul.
Okay, I'm going to talk very fast because I don't want to use up much time. Hi, we have a celebrity in the house. Hi, how are you? So today was so great. You know, it's like, I mean, we always have a great service with Justin, and every day you go away, it's really incredible. But she was wonderful. Mie-san, oh, wonderful. And then Susan came up with just such brilliant questions and so on. So I was thinking about this. We went to Shahakwa the other day, and almost the whole Belvedere music team was there. Steve too was there. The interesting thing for me is that based on Susan's questions today, is this. I was asked to lead the song "We Are the World," and as I was saying to my wife, when I got there, I didn't realize how, for lack of a better term, how well known I was there until I got there and everybody was like wanting to, oh, Raul is here, do this, let's get him to do this. I was like, oh no, I'm just a simple person. I just wanted to stay in the background and learn. That's the reason why I went there anyway, to learn from all these great, in my opinion, these superstars of our church, musicians and so on, the writers. But I was asked to lead this We Are the World, and I wasn't thinking that it's, oh, here comes this Raul doing it. I was just thinking of how can we do this together? We didn't do harmony. We didn't practice harmony. We didn't practice many things. But the first time, you can ask Steve, the first time we opened our mouth to sing that song, we sang it through completely, and you can hear harmonies all over. It's just like everyone came together, and at the end of it, I said, "Well, that's it. We're done," because it was absolutely perfect. And even though we thought we would finish the recording in a couple of hours, it lasted until about 11:30. And up until 11:30, everyone was still so solidly united. No one's asking them to unite. Everyone was just there. The voices were there. Everything was there. And then after we finished, of course, we collapsed and went to sleep. But you don't have to show your presence. You just have to invite the presence of God. And everything flows. As Quincy Jones said, leave your egos at the door. And when you're in here, it's a whole heavenly mass, and we're all going to unite and make it a great success. So for me, that was when I went to Camp Shahako, I was underwhelmed until everyone started coming in, and then you saw all these great singers and writers and so on, but they were just so humble people, so simple people, and you just felt that great. It's something you have to experience, like Mie's experience in Alaska. It was absolutely beautiful. So it's just about uniting and giving yourself, and that's what will truly make this great community grow. Yeah, thank you.
What a beautiful testimony. I think we have time for one brief testimony if anyone feels really inspired. Anyone? No? Well, that's fine. We got one.
Hi, everyone. Uh, yeah, thank you, Raul. It's absolutely true what he said. I was there. I wanted to share something from yesterday. Actually, a group of sisters and some brothers wanted to go witnessing and also giving holy wine. And this was in my own neighborhood in Queens. So I wanted to try and go there. And reflecting about unity, I felt there was such unity. I mean, everybody was there with the same heart, with the same purpose. and helping each other. Sometimes a sister couldn't speak Spanish to a guest, so I come in and help. And anyway, it's not such a great area spiritually, but still really good people came by. So it's amazing how God and spirit world is working. So anyway, I feel that we were successful because there was this unity. Nobody is individualistic or competing or I want to be best. Nothing like that. Everybody is united with the same purpose and the same heart, and that's what I want to share. Yeah.
I'd like to thank Mie, Mi Young, Susan, Marina, and Raul for giving such a beautiful testimony today. Let's give them a round of applause because they really brought that spirit of unity here. They really brought the spirit of unity here, and they got to experience two different environments that we've created as communities, whether it's in Alaska or here or in Chautauqua. We created those environments. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And I'd like to welcome up the song team.
So of course, the song we're going to sing is a song of unity. This is like the theme for the day. Incredible. Our church hopes are for unity. Even our dreams are for unity. We'll give our lives for unity. Come along, unity.
우리의 소원은 통일 우리로 소원은 통일 이 목숨 바쳐서 통일 통일이로라 별이 쌓이는 통일 이 나라 자는데 통일 통일이어서라 통일이어라.
One, two, three.
I cherish no time for you. Time for you. We'll live our lives for you. Unity saving the people. Unity saving nations.
Thank you for coming, everybody. Have a great song. Hope to see you next Sunday at UTS. God bless you all. Thank you for coming.